What this Nightcap concert amounts to is showing a genre of music which might have been sort of brought into being to a certain extent by these counterpoint pieces, but which has been in the air, I think, for a long time, of simply having a soloist multiplied. What happened vis-a-vis the counterpoint pieces, I got a telephone call from Ransom Wilson, the flutist, and he said, "Hi, you know me, I'm Ransom Wilson, I'm a flutist, will you write me a flute concerto?" And I said, "No, I don't write for soloists." But we sort of unpleasantly hung up, and I thought to myself, here's this world-class musician, he's asking me to do something, and all I could say is no. So I remembered that I had written a piece called Violin Phase, which is for a solo violin who is pre-recorded several times and then plays against these pre-recordings, sort of multiplication. And I thought to myself, So I called Ransom Wilson back. I said, "Ransom, I don't know if you'll consider this, but would you consider the possibility of pre-recording yourself on flute, on alto flute, on piccolo, and then playing live against it?" And he said, "Yeah, that sounds great." So that was the birth of Vermont Counterpoint, which is for just that instrumentation. A few years later passed, and Richard Stoltzman kind of asked the same kind of question, and I wrote New York Counterpoint, which will be played by Anthony McGill. In the case of Nico Muhly, this piece is again, another thing where he, instead of notating quite clearly exactly what he wants, he's throwing out a series of musical ideas and letting the player determine that. He sent me the score and he said, "You can see it's more of a shopping list than a score." So, and Nico's usually very, very precise in his notation. But it's quite attractive, and it's for gamba. Gabriella Smith, I saw Carrot Revolution on YouTube, and I thought, this woman is a force to be reckoned with. So she's a very interesting case, and she's obviously going to be one of the great composers of her generation.